Ready. Leo! Leo!
On deck, baby, on deck.
Kill, kill, kill.
Yep.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Check three, check three, check three.
On 1st and 10, Murdoch. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Charlie! Get it!
Operating from the gun. Murdoch. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
We got this. At their own 29-yard line.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Focus, defense, focus.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go, here we go. 15 line. 15 line.
Let's get this. Check 52.
Let's go.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Rip left, rip left.
Let's go.
They run right side with Hunt. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Murdoch. He's going to go for it all. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Alert flare, flare, flare. Kill, kill, kill.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And this is going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
23-yard line.
On the ready.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. from the gun. Murdoch, and this is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Go!
Hey, check Mike 27.
Operating from the gun, Murdoch. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hard. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Chubb. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll throw it with Rosen. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39.
Gain of 19 yards. And the Chargers first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. And now it's Rosen looking. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Christian Wilkins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
56, Mike 56.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Stop your body. Hey, switch gears.
Get ready.
On the run, this is Hunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big run by Kareem Hunt. 49 yards on the ground. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Shit! Watch the shit!
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Hard. Hard.
Go. Showing that. Showing that. Switch.
This is Hunt. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
2nd and 9 now. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On first down, it's Hunt. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
6-6, pull it high.
He's coming. We got double up.
Sponge. No. Say. Watch out. Check three. You got tight right there.
Go.
They'll run it here with Hunt. Room here to run. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You got nothing today.
A run for Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. Pushes over him.
No, that's just not right.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now it's Rosen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. What a play that turns out to be 36 yards. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Hunt. And the ball is knocked out and picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Michael Pierce in all of his 340-pound glory gets the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. On the counter, here's Gordon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Back at the 19-yard line.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Look at me. Go.
Undercut. Check.
Go.
Kill.
Five.
And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Stay with your man.
Check 24.
Rock it.
Twist. Watch the twist.
Hit it.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
Ready.
Throwing on first down, Murdoch. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check safety, check safety.
Hey, check 20.
Leo.
Now Hunt.
Switch.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
At the Chargers' 25-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Second down and inches. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Watch the run. Slam.
Get it.
And out of bounds right around the 20. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
First down, Dolphins.
Ready, break.
44 Mike. Check. Wild Bill. Watch the edge. Check. Fresno. Slam.
Go.
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
The pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's see what you got.
Bristol, travel.
Check. Lucky. Alert 3. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Let's go.
Here's Hunt. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On the carry, it's Chubb. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on, now, come on, now. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They run, Chubb, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Tonight, 180.
Max 56. Watch the run.
One down.
56. Mike.
On 2nd and 12, Rosen. He gets this one to Boyd. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Tonight, 80. 80. All day, baby, all day.
Hey, Haywood.
56.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rosen. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rosen to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one is right down the middle. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
At their own 25-yard line.
We go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Check.
Hey, Sam off.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check. Slam.
25. Check.
Now.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Look, squeeze. Deep.
Off the play fake. Murdoch going deep downfield for Ross. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for Miami. 55 yards.
Dolphins first down.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Check three, check three, check three. Shift. 36. Check nickel. Watch the shift.
Hard.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Watch the screen. Tighten up.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Ready, set.
44, Mike, 44. Watch the back. Shift. Check it out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Hatchet. He's checking.
Man. Ready.
A give right side now to Hunt. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
Mike's 56.
Let's get it together, defense.
They run again with Hunt. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kareem Hunt. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled.
Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Christian Wilkins in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Rosen will throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rosen looking to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains.
First down. first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Here's Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Here's Gordon. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on third down.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off right around the 43. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Murdoch. It's complete to Fuller. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Complete to Will Fuller. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the Chargers' 25-yard line.
18 Gator.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the double.
56, right there, 56. It's our time, it's our time.
Look at me. Go, go.
That's the one.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check 52. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Get it.
On second down, it's Hunt. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third and 4.
Hey, Foxtrot. Go.
They'll run again with Hunt. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
56.
On second and 9, Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
One down. It's a party now.
Hey, Delta.
Third and long here for Rosen. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Switch.
Now a give, right side. Hunt. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Watch the safety creep.
Go out. Go.
Motion.
Snap.
Looking to throw on second down. Murdoch going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Mike 27.
Here we go.
Steve Griffin.
Back to throw. Murdoch. And that is incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Rosen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Rosen. Hunter Henry brings it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Rosen now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Minkah Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Danny. Hey, watch it.
2nd and 5. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, Alpha.
They'll set up to throw. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is caught. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
They come out here in the eye.
Hey, watch the screen.
Run that.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point safely through. And that makes it 24-13. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Dolphins are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
X3. 218. Chopper.
56 to Mike. 56.
5.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
Ready? 56, right there, 56.
Watch the slant.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got Fuller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
At the Chargers' 27-yard line.
Got it. Here we go. Set. 8, read.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Now.
Get him. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Ready.
To throw on second down. Murdoch going for it all. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Switch gears.
Watch twist.
Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
General West.
Wide. Get wide. Quick the edge. Come.
2.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for the Dolphins, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.